Hey, everybody, I'm the Dr. Bob Lee from 107.5 WBLS. You're watching Open. It's a beautiful thing. And our next guest is an entrepreneur and community activist. She's a founder of the KittyRose LyfeStyle. And she joins the show to speak about her latest project, Tell Your Story, smartphone filmmaking workshop, and so much more. So please welcome to the show, Kitty Warren. Hey, Kitty Cat, how are you? Nice to see you again.
Hey,
What you doing? What you been up to? We're gonna smooth
trying to
this
get
out
your
now.
job. Trying
You,
to get your job.
well, come on and get the job here. I'll move over. You can sit in this seat right here. It's all about being open.
I wanted to come to the studio today. I'm so disappointed I wasn't there with you today, but I'm still glad this is happening.
So what have you been up to? Tell us your story.
Well, now I'm producing the program over in Harlem, back in Harlem, the
Uh-huh.
Tell Your Story mobile media program. So I'm excited about that. And I'm at Mercy, still taping my weekly show that airs daily. I'm
Uh-huh.
you, but not. And then we got Harlem Week. Rosa is producing my one woman show, New Heritage Theater.
Yeah,
So
I always see you up in Harlem Week, you know. You say, hey, kitty cat, how you
get
doing?
my
What you been up to?
picture.
Yeah. So you've been producing the show for some time now. How many years have you been in it?
I've been with BronxNet now since 2016.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And the next chapter is a year old now
Uh-huh.
at Mercy.
So talk about your latest endeavor. Tell Your Story workshop.
Are we on? Did we start already?
Yeah, we're in there, baby.
Oh
We're in
snap.
there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We're in there. We're rolling. We're rocking and rolling. And we're not
I
going to
thought
edit.
me and
We're
you
going to
was
run this
kicking it.
just the way it is. We're not going to edit it
I know
out.
that's right. Oh, so hey, I'm glad to always be on your show. You know I love you and I'm
The-
appreciative of you.
yeah.
So
Thank
the
you.
new program is the Tell
Oh,
Your Story program, which is a mobile media program that I'm doing in Harlem for the youth and now also adults.
uh-huh.
All of the education that I've learned from BronxNet and Brick TV, I'm now going to apply it like I was doing pre-COVID and now teach the community starting with the theory process
Uh-huh.
of how to tell your story and then show them how to do that using their mobile device. And I'm
Yeah.
glad to be on this program today because you're talking about empowering and helping the community use their voice. And
And
that's what the Tell Your Story program is about, teaching the community that they have a voice and giving them another way to tell their story that they have access to already because everyone has a $1,200, $1,000, $900 cell phone. And that's the new way that we
That's
as
right.
content creators are now making content with our cell phones. But that's what
Uh-huh.
we do. So how do you teach the regular folks to now do this? How do you empower them to know that they have that ability? So
Oh,
that's what I'm doing right now.
this is the information age. You're right in line. You're right in step because people posting stuff all over the place now, all kinds
All
of
the time.
content. The content is there, you know. I'm the one that's, you know what, I'm doing too much. I'm not going to take a picture of what I'm eating this morning. I'm not going to take a picture and post it about what I'm eating for lunch. And I'm not going to do dinner. So sometimes I lay back. Sometimes I go all out and you'll see a lot of it. But sometimes I just lay back and say, let me just do the original social media and show up in person and kiss the babies and shake some hands.
But I think what the difference with you is that even though you're in maybe, because you know you look fine as wine, in that baby boomer age group, you already have
The baby boomer age group.
you already have a following. And
Uh,
because you're in broadcast already, everyone knows Dr. Bob Lee. So
mm,
you don't have to, tell your story by eating, showing us what you eat on social media, because we already know what you do. You
yeah,
are a connector. So you don't everybody doesn't have to fall into every media to follow and be on the waves and the trends.
yeah.
But because that is the current trend and wave for those that are interested in learning how to develop that mental part, then that you have the Tell Your Story program.
Yeah. By the way, I love the baby boomer crew. As a matter of fact, you know, I went to a school. I had some kids. I should show it. I had some kids on. I didn't post that, but I had some kids, and I was talking to some nursery kids, and then I interviewed one of the oldest ladies in the city. So I go from pre-K all the way through. But
Wow.
so who's your main focus? Who are you for? What's your demographic?
So my main focus is 16 to 28 because
Yeah.
pre-COVID, that's the demographic that I was working with. But as I started posting the new program, I was getting all the DMs like, well, that's not fair. That's not fair. We want it as adults. So I
Yeah.
have now also created the program for adults also 2 days a week. But the young people get 3 days because it's really giving them the foundation to know that they have the ability
Yeah.
to exceed. But it's both for adults and the youth. But for the adults, it's from 30 to 59 because we have, another component for seniors, but we want to develop the adult and youth program first.
Yeah, and there's so many accessories that can go with this thing, and you can
And
really,
then
really
what
become
also
a filmmaker with your own phone.
exactly. And then I'm going to give them devices to use to make it easier. So they'll have their cell
Yeah.
phones, right? But with their cell phones, they'll be able to get a
Ah,
stabilizer to make it easier for them so they don't have to, shake and worry about things like that. It comes with a mic, it comes with uh the light. And then what happens is that because of my relationship with public access, and in particular BronxNet, then I'm going to cover and give a scholarship for those that finish the program to then become a community producer over at BronxNet.
woo! Go kitty cat. All right. Cool. So what made you come up with this idea? Because people want to find better ways of getting content. I know you want to bring some good stuff to your show too. So you probably started doing it on your own. I said, you know what? Let me get everybody else involved in this thing. This is something I can teach. Is
Plug,
that how
plug,
the,
plug,
is that how the
plug.
team went?
Yes, because you have to, as a business owner, as a
Uh-huh.
content creator, you have to also follow the trends and the waves. So you have to, if you don't, even if you have the budget to pay for things to get done for you, you still have to have the ability to know how. So as I'm learning and providing content for my platforms, for my films, for my television show, right after COVID hit, Project Media Zone up in the Bronx hired me to be an instructor. And then when COVID hit us and we were all doing the virtual world, I
Yeah.
got stuck like most of us. So for 2 years, I wasn't doing anything because I didn't really want to come into the Zoom world. But as the second year was approaching, I realized that I couldn't keep, what I'm saying, not doing anything. I had to eventually come and conform to something. So when BroxNet opened back up at Mercy in November, I was right there. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys, let's start taping our new content because now, I'm home again. I can
Hmm.
feel like I can leave the house and do something, but I still wanted to be a part of the community. And now that the new year presented itself, the scriptures say you pray for what you want. You got to prepare for the universe to answer. So Jehovah answered for me by connecting me to Exodus Community Transitional House out in Harlem. They were looking for programs. They were
Yeah.
looking for community healers. So I applied, you know what I'm saying? I did what I do, you know what I mean? And I went to them and I was like, "Doo, doo, 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 doo. I got something for you." And they loved it. And I just went and do what I do, show them the program, and they were like, "All right, sign up, let's go, let's do this."
Yeah.
And because I already had the curriculum pre-COVID, I just had to, quick, tighten up some things.
Yeah.
But now, as much as I wanted to help the community, I was really looking for something to help myself get out of my own way.
Yeah.
And as I'm telling people, as I'm telling my story, I am you. I wanted the community, people that look like me, to be able to have access to tell their story, but
Yeah.
knowing they could do it.
And you have you're working on something with somebody else. You're collaborating with somebody?
Well,
Who's your collaboration
Alethea
with?
Brown, my partner is always around. You know what I'm saying? Unveil, unlock, we ain't never too far because
Yeah.
unveil, unlock is about healing. And
Uh-huh.
that's what Tell Your Story is about, healing. Because in order for you to have a voice, then what are you going to do with that voice once you have it? And I want to not only teach people how to use their voice, but to be impactful in their community, to show, tell their stories within their community so that we have more light, not always negative, but some triumphs of what people are feeling,
Uh-huh.
going through, developing. All these things we need to see so that we know that we're not alone in anything, that we have representation. We're always asking for others to give us representation. I'm about, let's give representation to ourselves. So yes, Alethea is always in the cut. But my new partner for this is Rima the Great. I met this sister, Sharima Brown, and she is the one who got the Mayor's Action Plan contract going on to bring this program to Wagner, Johnson Project. So I'm actually going into NYCHA.
You
I'm
going
going
into the hood?
housing.
Yeah. That's
I'm going
cool.
to the hood,
You got to
baby.
bring it to Queensbridge projects too. That's where I
Okay,
grew
let's
up.
make it happen. Let's make it happen.
And are you going up to Harlem Week? Of course, you got something going on in Harlem. I'll always see you
Wait,
there.
I'm coming back. I'm coming back on the show for that one.
Don't call it a
Yes,
comeback.
but because now you know how Harlem Week is impactful.
Yeah.
So I finally got Rosa Rivers New Heritage Theater to be my new production company, bringing my one-woman show back, I Am You. Because again, I'm telling my story, which is your story. So yeah, I got to keep it busy because I've been in the house for the last 2 years.
Instead of
I'm outside.
There you go. Instead of his story, we want to know about her story.
story.
So listen, where can we
Our
go?
story.
Where can we go to follow you? Got a website and all that stuff? Hit
The
me
best
off.
place is all of my social media, Facebook, LinkedIn, IG, all of those platforms have the application link. So if you're interested, go to find me on Facebook, IG, LinkedIn. You don't have to follow me. You don't have to befriend me, but you can get the application link there and then join us. Or you could just email me at thenextchaptertv@gmail. Thenextchaptertv@gmail.
Catherine,
Or
Kitty
you can
Rose
contact
Warren.
BronxNet. They know how to get me.
I know.
Or you can contact BronxNet. They know how to get me.
That's right. Catherine, Kitty Rose Warren, founder of the Kitty Rose Lifestyle. Thank you so much, my girl.
Thank you. You know you my goddaddy.
We'll see you. All right, I'll talk to you very soon. We'll take a quick break right here, and we're going to continue to kick it right here on Open. We've got you covered.